everyone, welcome back. So let's do another style study. So let's start with panty and stocking. It might look simple, but as with everything, there is a lot of thought behind the design. Okay, so let's start off by making this one a bit more transparent. This is my reference images. And to be fair, it was a bit hard to find a front face reference because most of the characters are usually in semi-profile. I think it's a specific stylistic choice. Okay, so let's just jump right into the grids and maybe we can notice some things that might be helpful for future drawings. Okay, so I'm going to make a head circle, which is around here, I would say. I'm going to rename this to head circle just so I can have it on hand. And let's go to another layer. Let's call this one lines. Okay, and let's cut this circle in half. So maybe around here, maybe a bit up, so maybe around here, so that this part is equal to this part, and we can already see that in the lower half of the circle we have the face and all the elements of the face. Okay, and if I cut this half of a circle in another half, almost, so this part equal to this part, we can see this is the nose line, so the nose is going to be somewhere around there. And if I cut this semi-circle in another half, I can see, so this one equal to this one, I can see this is where the line mouth is. Okay, and in this part we can see we have the eyes. Okay, and let's duplicate this one and check on the other character as well. And this one is a bit up, so I'm going to move everything up a bit, and we can see we have the same proportions. So we have the eyes in this part of the face, the nose on this line, and the mouth on this line. So this, I think it's going to be useful. Let me just move selected layers. Okay, so I can have it a bit more in order. Okay, at this point I don't think there's any need to complicate the grid and draw vertical lines and horizontal lines, so I think this part is sufficient enough, so we have information on it. However, if you want, you can just go ahead and just test out the different lines and see if you want to complicate the grid a bit. So just by doing this, I already observed that the end of the eyes are usually where the cheek ends as well. And same here, well, almost. I mean, this line wasn't very good to begin with. It should have been a bit here. Okay, so we almost have the cheek line. Okay, near to the end of the eye. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, and I think, let me check it if I'm here. Okay, so I wanted to check this part of the eye, this part, and this line here. So this one is just a bit smaller than this one. And same here, it almost looks the same, this one, but this one in the middle, so in the middle of the eyes is just a bit narrower. Just so you know where you should place the eyes. Not too close and not too far apart from each other. Okay, I'm going to delete this layer. Okay, so let's just jump into the semi-profile. So I have a new layer, and I'm going to start off with a circle, and I'm going to use a lighter blue color. Okay, and let's cut this circle in half at the middle, so somewhere around here. Don't forget to make it all around, so a circle, just try and follow the ball shape. Okay, so now I know the eyes and the face should be in this zone, so in the lower half. Okay, and just because it's profile, let's make another cut of the ball here. So here I know that this is the front of the head and this should be the back of the head, so maybe around on this line we should have the ear somewhere. Okay, let's get back to that, and let's cut this circle again in half. Okay, so now I can pinpoint where the nose line should be, so somewhere on this line in this part of the face. So since I've made this cut, so this is this cut, the middle, let's cut it again somewhere around here. And now I have the nose point, so I know this is where the nose should be, on this line and on the middle of the headline, so somewhere around here. And since I already know the nose point, I also know around here I should have the ear, so I mean let's make it round for now, and we're going to come back to it. Okay, and from the ear point I know we should have the chin going a bit down. Okay, so this is the main base. Let's do another line here to cut this one in half again, and now I know where the mouth line should be, so maybe somewhere here. However, it's a stylized design, so I can actually move the mouth in this zone and it will look just fine, so I can add it here, maybe I can add it here, and just play around with it. You can make it very expressive if you want to. Okay, and I know between this line and this line we should have the chin point, so where the chin goes around, so it's somewhere, let's say in the middle, so between this line and this line, the mouth line, it should be somewhere around here. And I'm going to add it a bit outside of the circle, so let's say actually this point, and from here I'm going to the chin okay, to the ear, and this point up to this point I'm going to actually do the reverse, so basically this line, because we kind of have this pointy line. We have this one and this one, so let's do that. Okay. So it's a bit outside of the circle, and that's fine. It's stylized, and you know, you can make it very expressive in this way. And now I know on this zone, on this line and this line, we should have the eyes, so let's start with this one. Maybe like this. Try and keep it between this line and this line, the nose, and maybe somewhere around here. I already said we should have a smaller line here. However, since it's semi-profile, if you want, you can complicate it by doing this line here and maybe this line. So this one is a bit larger and this one is a bit smaller, but all in all this whole line should be a bit smaller than this line. So the other eye should be somewhere around here, and this line, this eye should be smaller than this line, because we have a semi-profile. Okay, so let's say something like this. Oh, okay, and since we're looking down, I think this is more fitting for stalking, because she usually has her head down. I'm sure there are exceptions, but it's a camera view. As a characteristic, I feel like she is looking up from her bangs, so usually she has her head more tilted down. So because of that, see. I lost my thought. Okay, I'm going to continue as this character being stalking. So let's check the eye design a bit. So we have like a oval that is cut here, and also cut in the middle, so something like this. So this is the shape of the eye here, and we have the eyelashes down below, and the pupil and the iris are just circles. So let's go for this shape. So we have here a cut, we have here an oval shape, and here is a straight line. Okay, and the circle. And same here. We have this one, we have this one, like a cut, slight cut, and the circle. Okay, and since we have the blanks, they should be, I mean, she's looking down here, but if she wasn't, she should have her eyes open like this. So because of that, I believe the bangs will cover almost half of the eyes, so something like this. And because the hair has volume, you don't actually need to follow the headline, so it's okay if you make the hair with a bit of distance from the head. Oops. So something like this. And I think she's too happy, so there. Let's delete the eye here. And now we have a base character. And since I already did the blue base, which is the basic base, I can actually just exaggerate a bit some lines, so I can follow this line, but I can make the cheek a bit more prominent. So something like this. And this is going to offer a bit more personality. So once you have a base, you can actually just exaggerate it and just make it more fun to look at. Okay, and the ear, it shouldn't be round. I made it round so it's easier to see, but they have this kind of shape. And usually this line goes down to the neck, and here we should have the other line of the neck as well, like this. Okay, so let's leave this one as it is. I think we kind of had an understanding of how to do the lines and why we're doing this kind of shapes. And let's go to the other character. So I'm going to hide this layer and make a new layer. And this character I wanted to look up, so let's do the same. Oops, let's do a circle. Okay, and we are going to look up a bit. So let's cut this circle in half, like here. Again, if you don't want this line, maybe you want to cut it another way, you can. It's a circle, so you can cut it anywhere you want to. Let's say I want to cut it here. Just make sure you're still following the circle. That's the only thing you should worry about. And I can cut it here, and I can cut it here. So just think of it as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 cuts. Okay, so that maybe it would be easier. And if I do this, well, the face should be here and the neck should be maybe here. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. Okay, so let's try the cut again. I don't want it that high up, so I actually think I just want it around here. Okay, so this is one cut, this is the undercut in the middle, so this is where the nose should be. Let's do another cut here, and now I kind of know where the ear is going to be. Okay, so since I've done this, and I know the face is going to be in this part of the face, so around here, let's cut this in half again. Okay, and now the nose should be somewhere around here, on this line, on this line, and the ear should maybe start around here and end on the mouth line, almost. So this is the mouth line. Again, it's stylized, so you can move the mouth here if you want, or here, or just somewhere around this zone. I think it's going to be just fine. Okay, so let's move it like this. So it's a bit, it's not quite in the middle. Okay, and as with the other character, this line is going to go down towards the neck. Okay, and let's exaggerate the cheek. The cheek should be in between these lines. It's okay if it's a bit up or a bit down, just play around with the shape. So let's add it maybe here. I'm going to try and make it here. So this is where the point I want to change, and here I'm going down towards this line. Again, the circle is going down here, but since I cut the circle in 8 pieces, this one follows this line, so we should end somewhere around here, and here we should continue the neck. Okay, in the opposite direction. Okay, and the eyes should end here, or the face should end. So here I'm going to reverse this this line. So I'm going to do this. And now I have a base. Let's check the eyes first. So the eyes seem to have a round shape. Okay, that is and we have the how do you call it? The eyelid a bit down. So this part is the eyelid, so it's a bit down. Okay, and here we just have the eye. Okay, and this shape almost seems to be a bit more rounded in this corner, so let's try and do that again. There, so it was just a bit outside of the complete circle, and I think that's about all with the eyes. And we have white here, a darker ring, the color, and another ring as well, so they're a bit simple. Oh, and for her in particular, I noticed she has very long eyelashes that go like this. Okay, so we're going to keep that in mind. Let's go back to the eyes and let's try it again. So let's go with, I have a circle. Actually, let me make a new layer. Okay, so I have this circle for the eye, and I'm going to add it maybe around here, and this circle for the other eye. Now again I need to squish it a bit. Okay, I'm going to map selected layers and make them a bit more transparent, and just go around with let's go with the blue for the sketch as well. So we have this line, and this eye is going a bit outside of the circle, so something like this. Oops, and we have the iris and the pupil. Okay, the eyes. Let's go with the eyes. Okay, and a very long eyelash, and the eyelid with makeup. Okay, and for this eye as well, let's try to follow the lines. So we have this line, we have the circle here that's going a bit outside, and we have the eye somewhere around here, and the eyelid, and the very long eyelash. Okay, and for the hair, well, let's go around this point. We can see the hair is going something like this. Okay, and for the bangs, let's start around here. So around here in this part. Okay, and we have how do you call that? Hair strand. Okay, and it goes in 1, 2, 3, 4 directions, so it kind of looks like like a banana. So since I have this one, I can just make them pointy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, there. Okay. And let's switch to a red color and just accentuate. So maybe I want to exaggerate this part just a bit. This cheek, I'm still going to follow the lines, so it will fit. Maybe I have the shoulder here, this shoulder. Okay, and the other shoulder. Maybe I can make her smile this time. There. And I think that's about it with the face. So it's important to just understand the shape, because if you do that, if you understand how to draw different proportions and shape, you can just apply it to any drawing that you want. So just going back to simple shapes, I think it's fun, and it's also good to know, or good to remember. Okay, so I think I'll leave it like this. Again, they don't have to be perfect, but you kind of have to understand the style. And with a bit more work, I can maybe make them more more pretty. But for now, let's jump into the body. Okay, so let's try the same approach. So let me make this a bit more transparent and make a new layer, and let's start off with the circle again. So this is a circle for the head, and let's duplicate this circle so we can see the rest of the proportions. So we have almost a smaller circle for the body. And if we duplicate the head circle again and go down, now we have a big circle and almost looks like is where the knee is ending. And I think if I duplicate the smaller circle, maybe here, so from the knee it almost goes up to the hip. So we have two smaller circles and two circles that are the same size. So if we look at it like this, we almost have the feet as big as the head. Well, I guess almost minus a bit of a circle. Okay, so let's go with that. Let's more selected layers because I don't need them anymore. And let's try and make one. So, oops, I have the head circle. I said I had a smaller circle for the body. Let's start around here. I have another smaller circle that goes around here and the knee, and I also have the head circle that goes down here. So let's see if I did it right. So let's choose another color. So this is the head with the same proportions we already did, so let's skip through them. And the body should be here, and I think it has an hourglass shape, so something like this. Okay, and we have the knee that's here. Okay, and we can think of the body members, so legs and hands, as almost being like a triangle. So like this and like this. And at the knee is where the triangle is going to bend. Okay, and the hands, I haven't calculated that, but they go something like here, and they also have larger hands, not as large as the head or the torso, but there are a smaller circle. They're still very large, but that's part of the style. Okay. And because we have this style, oh, and the hip, as I said before, this line. The reason why at the beginning I said it's a lot of thought behind the design is it's because it's very balanced, so it has easy readability. And I think that's about all about I guess this base. I can actually just go around and just add more details like the skirt or the shoes and anything like that. But for now, let's say I'm happy with this one, and let's try another pose. So let's hide everything and let's try it again. So I guess let's try this pose to see if I can apply everything. So I have the head, let's say like this. I have a smaller circle for the body or the torso. I have another smaller circle around here. So around here I keep adding it a bit up in the torso because I also think it's pointing the hip. Okay, and I have another circle as big almost as the legs here. Where should I add it? Let's say here, because I am going to bend the knee. So let's say this is the body, so from the front it was an hourglass, but I can actually use that from the side as well. So let's try again. And here is the line of the hip. Okay, and I have this leg going down. Right, and I think this circle should actually be here because I have this line going down. I have this line going like this. Okay, so it's fine if you make mistakes, you can just go back and redo them. Okay, and for the other leg it's similar, so I'm just going to try and follow this circle size. So somewhere around here, this is the hip line, goes around here and maybe a bit down, and I should make it a bit smaller because I was out of the canvas again. Okay, so something like this. Okay, and for the hands, let's say something like this. So let's try and follow this part, and I'm going to make a square type hands, similar with the ear. Oh, and you can just follow the headlines that we talked about. Here is the cheek line, and just add more details to it. And I think these hands are closed, so you can keep it simple in details. Okay, so I got the basic pose, and I think it kind of looks similar to this style. So as long as I kind of understand that, it's fine. I actually think I can move this leg a bit inwards like this, and since I've done that, now I need to move this line a bit outside. Okay, let's do the hair just so I can practice a bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and make it pointy. Okay, and see the other hand, we should start from here and go up to a bigger circle, so something like this. I don't know why for this drawing I kind of went outside the line, a bit too much outside the canvas. Okay, and you can just add more square fingers. Okay, so I think you'll be fine just going with pointy lines and curved lines like this. Let's try another pose, so let's try this one. So let's try again the circle. Let's do a smaller circle for the body. Again, it doesn't need to be exact and perfect. Even if you look here, you can see this head is a bit smaller and this torso is a bit larger. But all in all, if you can nail the proportions, so just try and keep them in mind. So because we have the camera down here, I think this circle needs to be a bit under. So we have the headline that's here. So here is the face. And the neck, we can't really see it, but in this case, since it's stylized, it's going to be like this. Oh, and the cheek here. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, I set a smaller circle for the body and a smaller circle for the leg till the knee, and a larger circle like the head for the bottom of the leg. So let's go like this. Also, I can duplicate these two and just add them here for the second leg, and because we have a bit of perspective, I can make them a bit smaller. Okay, let's merge everything and let's continue. So for the body, we have this shape, the hourglass shape, and for the legs we have the triangle like this and like this. I think we can maybe go the rounder route. Okay, and for the hand, well, we have the hand a bit bigger, or maybe like this, not as big as the torso, but still a bit larger. So let's try it like this, and let's make the body a bit more curvier, exaggerated. So let's do this. Okay, and the other hand is here, and around here we have the ear. It's going down. Okay, and after this I can just go ahead and just add details like the t-shirt and the skirt and so on. So again, I just want to make sure I get the shape as close as possible to the references, and once I understand that, I can just play around and just add more details or do other alterations. Okay. And I think I needed to make the elbow a bit shorter. Maybe like this. Also maybe the hand a bit smaller. And let's go with this type of circle. Again, doesn't need to be perfect, just you need to understand the line and how you can simplify it. And after you learn how to simplify it, you can just go ahead and just complicate it more. Let's add the hair as well. And at this point I think I'm going to jump into the fan art, so I guess I'll see you later. Okay. And I think that's about all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time. Bye bye.